Hi, everybody. Welcome back. We are here for another one of your questions about work. And one of the things that we love to do is take an example of something that feels like, well, it might be for you, it might not be for you, but the lessons are so powerful that you'll be able to apply them in the thing you're doing. And right now, a lot of people are trying to figure out how to build communities. I'm here with Elena, who is a content creator, a licensed drone pilot. You can see a little hook of one in the background there, and the creator of this community, Women Who Drone, which, Elena, I'm excited to hear more about. And so the question today is, how can I build a community, like using social media, et cetera? How do I build a community? And thank you for being here.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. Yes, so I am happy to share how you can start building your community on social media. The first thing that I did was I figured out what my niche was. And, I kind of came upon it without really realizing that I was going to build a community. And that really started with my drone journey. I bought a drone in early 2017 and I started flying it. And I started to post all my photos across social media and had a number of women reaching out, asking me questions about how they should get started, if I had any tips or tricks. And I didn't have all the answers because I was fairly new to drone technology at that time. So I decided to set up all my channels on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
You
All the
basically
channels,
went
I'm sure.
all platforms
Yes.
all at once, but you knew
Yes.
you had a niche because people were coming to you.
Yes. And I think a really specific insight that I found out was that at the time there was less than 4% of women who were certified drone pilots in the US. And for me, understanding and learning about the drone industry and how it's exploding, that really shocked me. So I wanted to be very specific on what my niche was, which was women who drone. I want to find more women around the globe who are flying drones just like me, or maybe who are interested, who I can inspire and help. And connect those women with each other to share information with each other or even fly together. So I started off with a hashtag, very simple. I created a hashtag Women Who Drone, started posting a lot of the content on Instagram. And I had already had a following because of the drone content I was creating. So I was just surfacing my community over to the Women Who Drone community and asking everybody to use the hashtag so we can feature their content. So that was awesome. Really the first part of it.
And then how did you get it go? So a lot of people have this moment where they realize, oh, like I'd like to have a community around this. And then they go create the accounts. And, it sounds like you had some early success. How did you nurture it past that point?
Yes. So I think consistency is key when it comes to social media. You want to make sure you are showing up every day with content, and it's not just your content, it's the content of your community. So after you've created your hashtag or you have already met a group of people who are doing the same thing, you share their stories, you share their content, and people really appreciate that. And I know that our community really appreciated every time that we would post their content, and they would reshare on their channels, and then that would bring more and more people to our channels.
Awesome. And what happens to the community? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, it's okay.
I was going to ask what's happening now.
Yeah. So I think from there, we were like, okay, great. We're featuring people's content. This is awesome. We're getting all of this following, but how do we make them talk to each other? Because a community really becomes a community when they're connecting and having conversations with each other. So we then created a Facebook group. It's a private Facebook group for our community where all of these women who are flying drones for different purposes around the globe are talking to each other, connecting, meeting up, mostly pre-COVID, to fly drones with each other in different parts of the world.
Drones seem like a COVID safe activity, outdoors, distanced, right?
They are now. I feel like people feel a lot more comfortable meeting up, but I think
nobody knew what was safe.
Yeah, in 2020, we were like, I'm just staying inside. I'm going to fly my tiny drone inside the house. I think we were all afraid to leave the house. But yeah, so then now we have a group of women who are around the world talking to each other, very active Facebook group community, sharing content, sharing jobs, sharing information about laws and regulations in their country so that if you fly there, you understand that beforehand.
I love it. And so it sounds like you've got the community sort of segmented into these different sort of levels of some people who are just watching your content from the community on Instagram, some people who are knowledgeable and experimenting with different things and sharing tips with one another. And some were even meeting up in person. Awesome.
Yep.
Any final tips for folks before we go?
Yeah, so I think, again, make sure you continue to provide value to your community. It's one thing to build it and have it, but if you're not showing up consistently, whether as a member or as a brand, then it will slowly, sadly die. So you want to make sure that you are continually providing value, whether it's conference passes, a brand ambassador program like we have, education, workshops, etc. Just make sure you're still like funneling all of this information.
What does a brand ambassador program mean in this context?
Yeah, so we have a brand ambassador program, and these are women who are flying drones around the world, and we share their spotlights. We provide them with job opportunities. They get first dibs at any sort of partnerships that we have with big partners and companies, and they get to join our Getty Images partnership where they monetize their content. So awesome. A lot of perks that they get as brand ambassadors.
All right, last question. What's your go-to drone?
My go-to drone is, of course, the DJI Mavic 2 Pro Hasselblad.
Okay, of course you say, but I got to figure it out. I still need to do one of those VR flights where I'm actually like following through with it, and
yeah, that's these ones, these FPV drones. You got to wear goggles.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Be the drone. Yes,
yeah, that is nerve-wracking, but very exciting. Oh wait, so FPV drones are special drones? They're different drones?
Yeah, they are. They're more race or freestyle. FPV stands for first person view, and you have to wear goggles in order to fly them. And it's almost as if you are the drone, but you're really looking at what's in the lens of the camera. It's super exhilarating.
All right.
It's like a roller coaster sometimes.
To be continued. We'll figure it out. Thank you, Elena. That was really great. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.